What is the crack, ladies and gentlemen? It's Gibboeire here with another episode of The Long Dark. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded any Long Dark footage. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it, the way things worked out well and stuff like that. And with me going abroad and all that type of crack, it just kind of, there was a bit of a delay. So having gone back to work now and I'm absolutely shattered after a shift, I feel like I'm in the mood to start playing this game again. The urge to play it has definitely come back over me. And because I'm absolutely knackered after work, I reckon I'm hitting that kind of roleplay aspect of this to carry on as well, because I'm shattered and our guy is shattered. Now obviously it's absolutely roasting outside and I came very close to giving myself sunburn again today, but you can't you can't hit all the buttons, can you? Okay, so let's jump back in. I'm trying to remember what we were doing in this last time. Okay, so I think at the moment we're in... Oh, I'm in the camp. My camera is in the way, by the way. I can't see that perfectly. So that's saying we're in the camp office. So at the moment we're in the camp office, either that or we're up in the dam. And we were in the process of moving materials from the camp office to the dam. And we were kind of... You know, I'd say we're about maybe 30% of the way there in that journey. So it's going to take a couple of more trips to get all the resources that we stockpiled in the camp office up to the dam. I am going to leave stuff like a couple of bottles of water in the camp office, just on the off chance that we ever end up coming back there. I don't know what the deterioration is like on those, but I'd rather not have to deal with the weight of them, because we can generate more if needs be quite rapidly, but I'd rather have them and not need them there than need them and not have them, if you understand my drift. Anyway, we're going to just jump straight into it here. So I think... Okay, this is good. Let's do a quick kind of look at our guy. He's tired, he's cold, he's hungry, and he's thirsty. In terms of inventory space, he is tired. We have to remember that. We are carrying a wolf pelt, and I think... Oh, man, I'm starting to remember stuff now. Oh. Huh. There we are, it's back. We had just killed a wolf, did we? We had. How am I looking on ammo? With the 10 rounds that are in the gun, and then all the 12 rounds. So we have 22 rounds left, and we had just killed a deer. Man, the temptation to just close this and go watch what we did last time. How's the weather looking? As there's like 5 wolves and a bear outside. Maybe I should have really done my homework before I just jumped back into this. This is a real kind of like amnesia kind of moment here. I haven't a clue what I was at. I thought I was up on the dam. What have I been doing? I went up onto the top of that hill. I remember that much. It's -7. I don't see any wolf corpses nearby. The weather is bad. And our guy is half asleep, so... I reckon this is a kind of get in, eat food, sleep, and then grab items in the morning kind of day. I don't necessarily need the wood either. Like, this is stuff that we can come back and get, and like, it'd be nice to have it here stockpiled. Now, the medical supplies, we're going to want all of this. Oop, oop, what am I doing? No, yeah, oh, what have I... How did I do that? Do we want to leave any of these here? No. No, we want all of it. Could I leave some antiseptic? Yes. This is true. I could. We will leave 1 bottle of antiseptic here. On the off chance that I get mauled by wolves. And I need to, like, do an emergency get back here. And by the same logic, let us leave some bandages here as well. And I'm going to hang on to the painkillers, actually, because I go through them like a beast. This is empty. I clicked it anyway. Now, accelerant. The mighty creature that it is. Now, all of these kits we want. The magnifying glass we want. We want all of this, pretty much.
I need to drop something.
You need to shut up and do what I tell you, because I know best. In terms of actual... Oh, man, and the rope is here as well. But we want to use that up on the thing, don't we? We want to... the pry bar. You see, the pry bar is 91%. And we're going to start needing that soon when we get to the next area, because there's lots of like cars and stuff like that. Leaving a hatchet here could be an idea, but we have a stockpile of wood anyway, so I'm not too sure if that's a big deal. Anyway, here, hang on. Whatever, before we go on acting stupid, did I grab all of the stuff off the ground? I want these lanterns as well. The first aid kit is empty, so we've definitely grabbed all that. Have I grabbed all of the clothing? Now becomes the next issue. We can leave those tinder plugs there. Those bottles of water can stay there. So while we have the daylight, I'm just going to get all this done. Okay, so we have stuff here in this drawer. Now. And that brings us up to like this. So hang on, if I eat this, you see, if I was to consume the food. Oh wait, no, it's because I'm in the thing. Yeah, hang on, no, I understand what's wrong. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. How much does this weigh?
I could use this.
Kilo, take it, whatever. Screw it, why not? Can you guys see the like steam alert down there in the bottom right? I'm intrigued about that. Okay, now the food that we have on us. Eat it. So let's get rid of this way. Get rid of this way. Get rid of the weight of the food that we're currently carrying. And we are maxed out on calories. That is awesome. How am I doing on aqua? How am I doing on H2O? I am not, is the answer to that question. So I can cook up the food that I'm carrying in the morning. Consume that. And that will definitely use up a bit of the weight that we're kind of doing. Let's just, yeah, just drink it. I ain't gotta worry about bringing this stuff. Okay, we're now carrying that as well. That's excellent. It's not, by the way. That is furious sarcasm. Is there anything here that I need to worry about bringing before we go? Because it is unlikely that we will be returning here. I have all of that. Okay, right, so our dude is knackered. He is absolutely shattered. So let's go have a snooze, recover a bit, potentially start a fire. How am I carrying firewood, actually? That's going to be taking up a fair bit of weight as well. Not that much, actually. Enough that we could start a fire and cook some of the meat that we have on us and eat it in the morning. There are 3 hours of daylight left. We are going to rest for the 8. Again, we're just kind of trying to kill a bit of time. Get our guy into good condition. He is very close to being in a good condition. So I start a wee little fire. So, what are we looking at? 81%. 86. 86. 0. 81 with the twig. 81 with a bit of cedar. We'll risk it. We'll risk it. I can see it going. I'm feeling it. It's not a 99% chance, and we all know how that went last time. Come on. It's not that hard. Blow on it. Nurse that cinder. Nurse it into a fire. Please. I'm feeling it. We did it. Failed. Nice. Excellent. Okay, let's cook some of this crap and just see how we get on with it and how much of it we get done. And I can grab more water. I don't think we're going to get that much of it done, if I'm honest. We might get one more. I hear weather, which makes me think I should... Here, let's add all of these then real quick. You know what, let's try and get as much of it done as we can. We might get 2 out of this. We'll just see how we get on here. And you know what, if I'm really desperate about it, you know what, let's just run down the stairs really swifty. And I will grab a bit of firewood from down here. I'll grab one of the logs that we have. Not the reclaimed, not the fear. We don't really... you know what, we will use the reclaimed and screw it. 2 of them will be more than enough. It'll be ample. Let's get back before this goes out, so that way we don't have to deal with starting it again. Every time we start it, by the way, our guy does get better at it. That skill does go up. If you're watching this, you're probably aware of that. Our guy does improve at it. And as he improves, it becomes less likely that he is going to screw it up. More likely that he will be successful, and ultimately he will have he'll have a pretty much 100% chance of starting a fire every time, which is what we want. Okay, and you know what? We are going to use the last moments of this to melt a... Are we even going to bother? Can we do a half-liter of snow? Is that a thing that we're going to manage? Just enough to basically tippy-toppy our guy off. We're going to boil this. That should be perfect. Our guy is about to become dehydrated. The condition's going to start deteriorating, but this half-liter should just push us into the green. Or whatever you want to call it. Right, so let's drink that. And eat some of this wolf that we shot apparently, that I don't remember killing. Which is unfortunate. We want to try to avoid killing them unnecessarily. One, because it's a shitty thing to do to shoot things. If you don't need to. And two, I ain't got the bullets to be shooting things unnecessarily. I'm trying to get a daylight thing. How long? 3 hours of darkness. So we will rest for the 3 and just try and get it to morning. Just try. Scratch my head. I'm happy to be playing this game again. It's a very pretty game, and I really, really do enjoy playing it. So our guy is overweight, but, you know, I'm never one to judge a book by its cover, you know? And you shouldn't judge our guy either just because he's a little bit overweight. Just because he's a little bit, and you're all sitting there and you're being like, hey, your guy is overweight. You know, our guy has feelings. And you're all there and you're like, yeah, this guy is overweight. And you're judging him. And it's mean. I want you guys to know that it hurts him. And you should remember that when you're being mean. I am going to take the hatchet because I want it. That's why. And we're going to leave that there. And the mountain rope is going to stay here until I man up to come back and get it. Oh man, I don't think it's a vital necessity. How am I looking? That'd put me another 5 kilos in. That's a lot. If I find a reason to come back and get it, I will. I don't want to leave it there, dude. I can see myself having reasons to use it. Like, what can I not bring? I want all of it. This I especially want, and that's one of the biggest things I'm carrying. Yeah, let's just ditch the rifle. Who needs it? Like, we've already killed, like, all the wolves, right? Right. Like, if I could just man up and just try and get it all done in the one go. Oh, we need the tools. How much do these weigh? It's a kilo, bud. Can I even sprint? I can still sprint, kind of. Yeah, sprint and pro. Let's just pick it up and see how we get on. Yeah.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Well, hey, like... Okay, we can't sprint. Let's have a look at the weather. Maybe. I'm feeling it. We've got 360 no-scopes here to carry us through. How's the weather? Oh, it's cold. And we ain't sprinting anywhere anytime soon. Let me step out into the morning air here. Yeah, no, it's fairly cold. I'm going to step back inside. I'm going to use some of the cloth that I have to repair the gear that I'm currently carrying. Kill a bit of time. And then, hopefully, that'll be enough to just kind of get us on out of here. Yeah, whatever. Use any of them, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Hopefully, just because it's early morning, it might just be a little bit chilly. We'll do the same. We get the scarf up to spec. It's using up some resources, and you know that's good because it means we're lighter. If you understand my drift. Now that sounds like the weather is worse. That sounds like it is most definitely worse. Let's have a look. So that would have taken up about an hour. You've killed about an hour, I'd say. Oh dear. So we may want to kill another hour. Which is okay, because we're going to eat some of the food that we're carrying. Do you know what I mean? Which is fine. Okay, let me think. We sleep for an hour. And get our guy topped off again. Right? Just to see if weather decides to not be a jerk. This is the tricky bit now. But this is the last stretch. It still sounds windy. Which is okay. If it's not cold. I can hide from the wind. Ish. Let's just see what the crack is. It's minus 12. We can do that. We can do that. I can't sprint. But we can most definitely do that. Okay, let me have a look at the food again. Food situation. We're going to eat one of these. Top ourselves off. And we're going to drink that. That's going to eat up another calorie that we're carrying. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And I'm just going to basically put that weight back on now by carrying this water bottle. Since we only drop a quarter of it. Okay, that'll do. We are basically topped off in every way. So let's just hope that we can just get a nice clear run. No wolves, no jerks, no... It just went to minus 22 in the space of nothing. What in the name of Christ? In the time it took me to eat a steak, it was like, oh no, actually, I feel like it needs to be minus 22 now. Right, well, guess we're not doing that idea. So let's go back inside, and we're gonna go sleep for another hour. That's what we're gonna do. And again, I'm gonna just double check to make sure I haven't left anything behind. Because again, we don't want to have to come back here unnecessarily. Which is what the mountain rope would be. Would be unnecessary travel. Unnecessary travel in this game is dangerous. And we don't want to spend too long here because I want to get back up to start working on my hide. Wolf hide coat. It's quiet. The weather has changed. This may be our moment. Of course, there's going to be like 100,000 million wolves outside. That may be slightly over-exaggerated. Minus 10. How are we doing? In the wind. Minus 10. Let's just get a... No wolves. Don't see any. $22 rounds. I already checked. So, there's a deer. That's not good. He's going to attract wolves. The sound of him moving is going to distract me as well. You run off that way, bro. Aggro whatever is over there. If he comes running back... I didn't hear a wolf. Oh no, that's precisely what we want not happen. Actually, let's use this. Let's just keep going. Like, unless the deer comes this way. If I just make a big kind of thing, it won't come this way, will it? Yeah, no. Let's use this. Wolf, you go after that deer. If I was min-maxing this game out, I could take out the wolf and it takes out the deer, but... I think we're good for wolf right now. I don't need any more wolf pelts right now, and I've got enough stuff on me to be worrying about, so we'll just kind of push on. If he makes his way this way, we'll take him out if we have to, but meh. The primary concern is just getting this gear to our destination, setting up shop, and then just staying there for a while. We need to explore the kind of the bit of the dam that's on the other side. That every time I head out there, the weather is usually really crap. I think that deer corpse is still there. I can't remember if I harvested that. If it isn't, there is other stuff that was down on that wee little lower section that's worthwhile exploring. Although I think that always has a wolf in it, or I'm not 100% certain about that. Hey, we're not being followed. So we're okay. And again, this is a bit of a choke point. Which is always fun to be walking through. When you can't sprint. That's the thing. If something comes up on us, we gotta deal with it. We can't run. Like there's my run. It's still -10. So I think we're good to get out of here. I didn't want the music there. I wanted it to be quiet so I could listen for footsteps. That ominous sound. So that deer probably bit the dust. And again, if you wanted, you could try and be competitive and scare or distract the wolf. So that way you can come back and harvest the deer it just killed and it saves you a bit of ammo, but... Oh, the weather's changing again. We want to push on. We're nearly there. We're pretty much more than halfway. But again, you never know what's around the next corner. So you gotta anticipate that as well. You gotta be ready for unexpected things. We can get around here now and there'll be 3 or 4 wolves. That'd really mess our day up. But I think we're alright. I have very kind of vague memories of doing this walk in the middle of the night and then coming up on a wolf once I got to the other end. That was crazy, man. Let's not repeat that. I think I might see one up there to the left. I'm unsure. We'll determine that when we get a bit closer. But could you imagine if this was real life? Like, you're all by yourself. In a place that is not familiar to you. Or at least not very. And you're sitting there with a rifle that you found. And you have to figure out how it works. And you pop your head out and the weather is absolutely unreal. Your gear isn't appropriate for the terrain that you're in. And there's nobody. You're finding dead people all over the place, all frozen to death. And you know that that's going to happen to you unless you figure this out. And then one morning you wake up and all you hear is "Arrgh!" in the evening time and you're kind of going, what in the name of Christ is that? I can tell you right now, I would be shitting bricks. Absolutely shitting bricks. It'd be tough. It'd be very, very tough. Like, it goes to show how fragile human civilization is. You think about it. Like, how much stuff do we use that is electrically based? Just ponder that for a moment. How many things right now in the room with you, the laptop or the mobile phone you're watching me on, or the tablet or whatever, but even in the room that you look around in, I've got this TV, the camera, the PC. There's about 20 plugs to my right. There's a printer behind me there. There's a laptop on the table just behind me. My mobile phone right there. I may have said that already. There's a beard trimmer, headphones, the cooker, the lights of the room themselves. The heating system is totally based in electricity. It's all like sparks and wires and a fuse board downstairs to a gas boiler. Like, there's so much stuff that's entirely based in electricity. Our health system, all of that crap, man. Imagine one day the switch was just switched off and then this is it. Not only is the switch off, but the weather is absolutely terrible. That's a tree stump. I'm gonna will that to be a tree stump. Would you imagine that though? Like, if suddenly tomorrow there was no more electricity, how would Ireland fare out? I wouldn't hold me breath. I wouldn't reckon we'd do too well. Think about situations like that have occurred in humanity's past. Like, what's it? Is it Manhattan blackouts, or was it like a New York blackout? There was a blackout of some sort, I think, in America, in New York or something like that, or LA or something like that. Some major population center. And I think for the couple of days that it occurred, I think it descended into absolute chaos. It's a reishi mushroom. Now there does be a wolf here to our right sometimes. So we may have to just pop around to scare him away, or well, we could kill him. I thought that was him. I don't think he's here. I'm not too sure if the game kind of moves them into your pathways. You know what I mean? Like, I think the game kind of works out routes that you're taking, or I don't know if it's that advanced. And it tends to encourage them to kind of...
Fingers feel numb.
Oh, shut up, moaning. We're nearly there. It's -5 as well. You're such a bitch. I think it tends to encourage them to kind of drift into those pathways then. Or I think there's natural choke points anyway in this game where it kind of spawns them or encourages them then to go to. And as you kill them, I think there's a delay on how long they are there. So if you end up having to kill one, I think you've got a bit of time to get some stuff done. We have arrived. We have finally managed to move all of our stuff from camp office up to here. These hides are essentially done. We are going to drop that one on it. There's a lot of gut here as well, which we are going to need. And we are going to drop all of that here as well. We have a supply of tools here, which I'm going to start dropping tools on top of. So we can drop this can opener. We'll hang on to the good knife. We will drop these. And again, we'll hang on to the good hatchet. And we will drop these. And you know what, mountain rope? Get off me. I'm picking stuff up. I forget how to play this. Leave it. Wait. Do I right click? Yeah, that's what I want to be doing. But I want the mountain rope. The biggest thing there, and I just can't click it. I'm going to leave it just here. Just off to the side. Just ready and waiting for me. And I think I picked up a knife, didn't I? I did. Because I'm a noob. And we'll drop a magnifying glass there as well. And there we go. There's all our tools. Just laid out nice and easy for us. And here we go. Medical supplies. We're going to keep the EpiPens on us. The painkillers on us. The reishi on us. Lanterns I can drop. We haven't got too much stuff on us that we really... You know what? I'm just kind of dropping stuff and I'll move it around now in a second. I'm not overly concerned about neatness initially. The bedroll we're going to keep on us. I think we already have one though. Or I should. Oh no, we've already placed it down. Do you know what? We will drop that here. Well, we've got a spare bedroll and everything. Can I leave it here? Yeah, that looks neat. Jerry can to join our other 3. Look at that! Like we are set. Like in terms of survival, we are pretty good. And like I'd like to think that if this was a reality, this is what I would do. Like if I was to walk out my door tomorrow and there was no neighbours there, my neighbourhood was... Again, I live in a suburban part of Dublin, which is pretty much 90% of Dublin. You do have like a kind of rural part of it as well, but it's a very small proportion to what it used to be. Dublin in the main now is the city. You don't really have a rural end to it really anymore. You do. Like, don't get me wrong, there definitely is, but for the most part, it's a city nowadays. I don't mind that. I'm a city guy. Which is, like, when you factor that into my chances of survival, I am a city guy. How well would I do in a post-apocalyptic situation? But if I was to wake up tomorrow and go out, and all my neighbours were not there, like dead, whatever, or like you go in and they're corpses, whatever, you know what I mean. Jesus, I like some of these people as well. That'd suck. But other than the fact that it would suck, what I would do, I mean, like, if I was to walk across to the shopping centre not too far away from me, and there was nobody in it, like, there's just nobody around, and it's just snowing profusely, I would start hoarding as much tinned food as I possibly could. Absolutely as much as I possibly could. I would grab as much crap as I could, and I would just start stockpiling it somewhere that I was planning on staying. So, if I was planning on staying in this house, which is familiar to me, So I probably would stay here unless something more suitable was to become available, or for whatever reason I had to leave. I would start stockpiling resources here. Because it makes sense to start kind of getting yourself set up to stay somewhere long term. And just kind of like, no, you're going to need like a sustainable form of like kind of a food source for a long term survival situation. But it makes sense to have the buffer zone, if you get me, of kind of like the human end of things, like the what would you call them? Non-perishables, we'll say. Oh yeah, all the accelerant. We will keep one of the accelerants on us. I just have a pile of clothes here in the corner, just if we ever need to work our way through anything, which is all good. And where are all my accelerants? All of our lighters are here, so I will drop, and I will keep the crappy one on us. My logic being, I know this isn't food actually, so it goes down here. Let's not mess with my thing that I've got going here. It looks neat. But yeah, the logic being is that if you have a lot of perishable stuff down with you, how are we doing on weight? We are down 10 kilos. Now, another thing which I noticed, because I have actually looked back through this, because I don't think I ever done the safe in here. Did I? I don't think I did. So we are at a half an hour now. And for the half an hour, for the kind of return to the series, let us see what toys we can unravel. So around 20 there. We spin this back. So I have to go that way. Okay, that's fine. Music definitely adds to it. Is it this easy to break into a safe? Motherfucker! 35. Okay. 22, 35. 35. I wouldn't be able to figure this out in real life. Let's be real. Boom. What we get? Oh, oh, it's shiny. I think that's good. Oh, I think we've picked a winner. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, this is good. This is so good. This is huge. Is that what I was wearing? Oh man. What do we need to repair it? Cured leather. Let's go cannibalize the other pair of boots that we have, dude. And get some cured leather up in this bitch. And get these flying. The blood is still here, by the way. To constantly remind us of our mistakes. Oh wow, dude, this is massive. Take it. Actions, and we get 2. Oh, very good. And before we wrap this episode up, we are gonna repair this motherfucker. Let's go. Chance of success, a bazillion. We'll repair it only by 30%. We could use either. We'll use the sewn kit. Did we fail? Did that use up the leather? It better not have. It did? Really? Wow. That's an expensive fail. Maybe we should get better at repairing things before we try this. Let's drop the cured leather then. Shit. Okay. So, whatever. It's fine. We can equip them later. Clothing. Clothing. So get rid of this. And get rid of these. And we will repair those as soon as possible. Okay. So this has been a 35-minute long episode now. This is our kind of reintroduction to the Long Dark. Thanks for watching, guys. I think we're in a really good place. We've got a really solid start now to things. Our pelts here are, I think, nearly done. Most of them, anyway. It'll probably take a couple of more days. The deer hide is done. 2 of them, anyway. The 3rd one's nearly ready to rock. Wolf hide ain't far behind. I'm just going to space these out so I can tell. Oh, we have an 80. We do have an 80. We have 2 80s by the looks of things. Oh, Jesus. You know what? Well, we've got wolf hide for days, don't we? Okay, I know it's spread out now, but whatever. 80, 80, 80. So 3 of them. 3, 4. Nearly 4 ready. By the time all the gut is ready, which is going to be our serious delayer. I think I actually did see some cured gut there for somewhere. Yeah. We have some in there already ready to rock as well. So by the time these are ready to rock, the cured gut will be ready to go. That works out. Okay, I think we're really set up in a good position to kind of get some stuff done. So our next project is probably going to be heading out back, I'd say. Just seeing what we can get done. Can't believe I didn't open that safe. And look at what we're after getting out of it. And we need to break down all this cardboard and all this wood here. And like, there's a lot of stuff that we can kind of cannibalize here in order to set ourselves up. So I am going to stop recording here. This has been Gibboeire, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching this video. Oh, shut up moaning, you jerk. You're such a moan. That's all you do is moan. I never hear solutions out of him. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a like down below and possibly consider subscribing to the channel to see further content of this nature. If you have any comments, questions, concerns about anything we've done, or just want to shoot the shit with me and leave a comment and have a chat with me about anything in this game, leave it down below in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I don't always reply to comments because sometimes I don't see them because I look at it on my phone or I forget, or you know what, yeah, things happen. But I always do my best. Take care, handy. Bye-bye!